Welcome to the Configuring a Christie NAS-S2 for GDC SR-1000 IMB video on Christie University. This video will provide you with instructions on how to configure the Christie NAS-S2 content storage device for the GDC SR-1000 Standalone Integrated Media Block IMB. Before you begin, ensure that you have maintenance level permissions on your GDC IMB. There are 4 steps that must be completed in order to configure your Christie NAS-S2 for the GDC SR-1000 IMB. 1. Set the Christie NAS-S2 IP address to a different subnet than the GDC IMB. 2. Delete all Christie content files from the NAS-S2. 3. Configure the Ethernet 1 port of the GDC IMB to the IP address compatible with the Christie NAS-S2. 4. Configure the GDC IMB to use the Christie NAS-S2 as a storage device. This video will walk you through each of the configuration steps. The first step is to configure the IP address of the NAS-S2 to be on a different subnet than the GDC IMB. This example sets the IP address of the Christie NAS-S2 to 10.10.10.101. Note that the Christie NAS-S2 has a default IP address of 192.168.1.101. This video will assume that you are starting with this default IP address. 1. Set the IP address of your computer. The IP address of your computer must be different than the IP address of the Christie NAS-S2, but must be on the same subnet. For example, set your IP address to 192.168.1.103 and keep your subnet as 255.255.255.0. 2. Open a web browser and navigate to the Christie NAS-S2 web interface at http://192.168.1.101:8080/. 3. Log into the Christie NAS-S2 using the following credentials: user ID, admin, password, CDS club. 4. Click on Control Panel, System Settings, Network. Note that there are 2 versions of the NAS-S2. To navigate to Network for version 4.3.3, on the dashboard, click Network. For version 4.1.0, in the main menu, select Control Panel, then System Settings, then Network. 5. In the TCP IP tab of the Network page, click Edit for the Ethernet 1 interface. 6. In the TCP IP property dialog, enter the following values under the Network Parameters tab. Fixed IP address, enter 10.10.10.101. Subnet mask, enter 255.255.255.0. Default gateway, enter 10.10.10.1. Click Apply to save your configuration. 7. To confirm that certain services may have stopped, click OK. The IP address of the Ethernet port 1 on the NAS-S2 is changed to 10.10.10.101. 8. To communicate with the Christie NAS-S2, you must now change your IP address of your computer to a compatible IP address on the same subnet. For example, you can change the IP address on your computer to 10.10.10.103 and keep your subnet as 255.255.255.0. 9. To connect to the Christie NAS-S2 web interface, use the address http://10.10.10.101:8080/. Before using the Christie NAS-S2 to store content for the GDC IMB, it is important to delete any preloaded files or content files previously ingested for use with the Christie IMB S2. Content files used by the Christie IMB S2 are stored in the content/cinemalib share folder. Use the NAS-S2 web interface to delete the cinemalib folder by temporarily connecting a computer to the Christie NAS-S2. In this example, we are using the same IP address we configured in the previous step, 10.10.10.101. 1. Open a web browser and navigate to the Christie NAS-S2 web interface at http://10.10.10.101:8080/. 2. Log into the Christie NAS-S2 using the following default user ID, admin, and default password, CDS Club. 3. Go to File Station. Note that there are two versions of the NAS-S2. To navigate to the File Station from version 4.3.3, click on the main menu. Under Applications, select File Station. From version 4.1.0, click on the main menu. Under Systems, select Control Panel. From the Control Panel, select Applications, Station Manager. Under the File Station tab, ensure the option for Enable File Station is selected. If this option is not selected, click the checkbox and click Apply. Click the link for regular login. 4. Select the Content folder. 5. In the right pane, select all content folders previously loaded for use with the Christie NAS-S2. By default, content folders are stored in the cinemalib folder. 6. Go to the More Action menu and select Delete. 7. In the Confirmation dialog, click OK. The system deletes the folder, including the content files previously ingested for use with the Christie IMB S2. The Christie NAS-S2 is now ready to receive content from the GDC IMB. To configure the Ethernet 1 port on the GDC IMB, you must have maintenance level permissions for the GDC IMB. 1. Log into the GDC server web interface. 2. Click the Configuration tab, then the System tab. 3. Under IMB Ethernet 1, configure an IP address compatible with the IP address of the Christie NAS-S2. Note that the IP address of the IMB Ethernet 1 port must be different than the IP address of the Christie NAS-S2, but it must be on the same subnet. For example, we earlier set the IP address of the Christie NAS-S2 to 10.10.10.101, so you can use 10.10.10.102 for the IMB Ethernet 1 port. 4. In the Server Content IP list, select IMB Ethernet 2. 5. To save the configuration, click Save. Note: to connect to the Theater Management Network, use IMB Ethernet port 2 on the GDC IMB. Configure the GDC IMB to use the Christie NAS-S2 as the storage device. These steps use the updated Christie NAS-S2 IP address of 10.10.10.101 that we set up in the previous step. Using a maintenance user level, log into the GDC web server interface and click on the Configuration tab, and then the Storage tab. Under IMB Storage, configure the following settings. Storage type equals NAS, IP address equals 10.10.10.101, NFS version 3 share equals /content. Under the content setting, set priority to IMB storage. To save the configuration, click Save. Now, click on the Dashboard tab. To reboot the GDC IMB, click Restart. Files ingested by the GDC IMB are stored in the /content share folder on the Christie NAS-S2. After the GDC IMB establishes a connection with the Christie NAS-S2, the available total storage on the Christie NAS-S2 is displayed on the dashboard. On the GDC web server, click on Dashboard, and under the storage information, confirm the storage usage.